Waparazzi on WAP TV.
Okay, guys, what's up? Waiting the half, waiting the share for the air. Maybe your girl favorite F to the A to the Y to the V O U R. And today we did outside. So the matter take day now. Hashtag Withchudeliveevent. What is on our bonge songs? Maybe say we say we know that many people already know about Chude podcast. Oh my gosh, sure we say when you dey watch am, you say if you go dey reason your life, you must to get something where you go feel resonate with. Lo and behold, him say he want to do live concert. Live concert where we say carry all our ogbonge celebrities, our public figures them. They go tell us about their personal experiences for life stories where we saw that happen for their life where they very, very touching. This one they happen on the 27th of April 2025. It's gonna be one of a kind because I mean for person to reason this kind matter and it can't be some people will say we look up. So also for this life people they think say so they don't get wahala, they don't get problem. But this one he want put to us to tell us say no be like that. So themselves they get their own story where we say they want share to the world. It's gonna be an event of laughter, an event of emotions. I mean it's going to be a roller coaster of emotions. 27th of April 2025. Anyways, right about now we there outside for the press conference where we say we come to ask questions to understand better how the concerts where they happen 27th of April go take happen, wetin inspire them, how it go take day, wetin we go take expect from the concerts. Anyways, no carry ourselves going so make we know how it go take shele. Me say I will come but make I come summarize everything. I be your girl favor. Please don't go anywhere.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jennifer Myro. I am the COO of Joining. Our most popular work is the Withchudeliveevent podcast. We are here today to talk about Withchudeliveevent. It is the first and biggest top concert out of Africa. It's important that the world and the audience and Nigerians truly understand what this concert is and what it means for us as a culture, what it means for the creative economy, and just generally what it means for entertainment, what it means for wellness, what it means for mental health. And we've had lots of questions. In fact, the time someone thought that this was going to be a recording that people were going to come sit down and watch. And I joked, I said, are we paying for a watch party if we're getting a whole auditorium thanks to our partners at the Stacked Company, Toro Entertainment? So why would we be, filming? Why would we be projecting something to you? This is live. And this would be the perfect place to answer all those questions so that we're on the same page. Chude Jidonwo, that I'm sure most of us know, all of you in media know, would be here to answer all the questions about Withchudeliveevent. And I'm just so pleased and blessed that in my lifetime, I'm part of such an amazing event and experience.
Welcome to this press conference. What we're doing is we're having literally the biggest physical interview show anybody has had across the continent. It's live interview. So what we do on the Chude show, the tears, the laughter, the goosebumps, the revelations, the exclusives, the scoops, the transformed lives, which is really the point of the show. How can we heal our heart? How can we heal our mind? How can we heal our spirit? How can we help people change their lives for the better? Our tagline is let's be human together. And so that entire enriching and wholesome experience, we're putting it live on stage with some of the biggest guests that you can find anywhere in the region. So there is Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. This is her first major event since her book was released. There was a 3,000 people event in the UK. This is her homecoming, so to speak. There is Funke Akindele, who needs no introduction whatsoever. And it's just a key for Funke to do this, but I was joking with Funke needs no more publicity in her life, So she's doing this because she feels that there are stories she has to share that will inspire people and change their lives. then there is Fowles the Bad Guy, music, and we chose Fowles the Bad Guy because he's not just a musician, he's an all-round cultural influencer, activist, actor, comedian, executive producer, director, all of that. And then my brother Bofi Ukoma, who I call the O1 sector these days. And finally, there is Pastor Jerry, Again, that's why this is one of the things that has not been done before. Because I call him the pastor of the world. On the stage with other people from other sectors, it's something truly revolutionary. Under the line, we have confirmed panelists. Kiki, Bukumi, Taoma, Miriam, Miriam Akoki, Hawalawa, Ibuka Withchudeliveevent. There's one person. If I come to Moses Bliss and Vicky James, so I'm having a panel with them. We're having 2 panels at the event actually. We're going to be announcing some other people from the panel, big announcements next week. But we already have a star-studded lineup, that's confirmed, that's ready to share their stories, and that's what we're here to talk about today. This is revolutionary. This is a movement, just like Withchudeliveevent started a podcast movement. We know that by the time we finish delivering this event, that it will start a talk movement across the continent. And we're just very honored that Total Entertainment put their money, their weight, their investment, their brand, their technology behind this event. So thank you so much for coming.
All right, like they rightly said, they are here to answer your question. Any question you have at all, and I'm going to start with you. What questions do you have of them?
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, nice show. What makes this different and what's your main target of the show?
Right. Thank you very much. What makes this different is, literally that it's never been done before. To have live interviews upstage. It's not a conference, not a motivational speaking event. It's an interview conversation. I was inspired to do this event 5 years ago. Oprah had an event called the Vision 2020 Tour that had Michelle Obama, The Rock, Lady Gaga, amongst others. And I remember watching it and thinking to myself, I want to do this on the African continent. We don't have that culture here. We don't have it here. And so I thought I wanted to do it. But of course, I hadn't even launched my show at the time. And so I thought I'm going to spend time building a deep connection with the audience. I'm going to spend time seeing what my show will do in Nigeria and in the world. And then I will know when it's the right time to do this event. So that's what makes it special. Literally hasn't been done anywhere before in terms of an interview. Of course, you had people speak at conferences, but to curate a concert, that's why we call it a concert, because it's curated with music and all this. It's again, like she's nodding. Anybody who's seen Oprah's Life You Want tour, Vision 2020, knows the kind of experience that we're going to be creating here.
This event, more than anything, is going to position itself as a safe place for all of us. And now, children is going to be feelable and touchable. Funke is going to be a person. Jerry Eze is not going to be a cartoon on that day. So I feel like we shouldn't take for granted. Sometimes when we say event, it just sounds like I'm paying money to go have fun or whatever. No. This event will mark the start of a movement, and we are not going to stop here. And it's going to be one of those events where young people will leave the event and go tell themselves, oh my God, thank God I was there. So I want this message to be carried. That's why this event is special. That's why it's different. Nigeria, we're known for like the regular dance concerts and parties, which is also great. Our culture, we love to dance and sing. But who is going to check our mental health? Who is going to make sure we're okay, right? This is that event. And this is where you're going to get that kind of tea and that kind of, boost that I strongly believe will carry you on. Thank you.
Guests for the show, they mostly fall under the creative category. Is that deliberate? And then you mentioned that this is something you want to do across the continent. So are we looking at, subsequent editions in other parts of the country or not? Also, someone, I think Alaja said, wanted to know if you're a psychic or what, for you to get people to open up to you, to earn that trust. Do you feel it's a gift that you have, or is it something that you have to develop over time?
You're asking, yes, it's very deliberate to have it be creative. And this is the reason why I want it, again, it's never been done before. I want it to look different, feel different, you know. The thing that makes Withchude special is that people that usually don't have be that vulnerable. Celebrities. So celebrities are important. This is why celebrities are important. We see them all the time. They look like they are not human beings. And so we think that they don't have the same troubles or struggles that we do. When we see them share those struggles, it lets us know that we are not alone. You know, so when I started doing my show, I realized how important celebrities are. You know, if we can see them, if we can see them as human, if we can see ourselves in them. Usually we see ourselves in them when it comes to gossip and all of that. No, what my show does that's different and I'm thankful for is that we see them as fully human. We see them as their best selves, you know. And so that's why I wanted to do this. Wanted people, so also, you know, people are coming out for a day. We want them to also have fun. So while they are being inspired, while they are connecting, want to have fun. So seeing your favorite celebrities live means that you also have fun. So you are learning, but you have it's a show. It's not a conference. It's not a seminar. It's a show. So that's why we're doing that. So that's the first answer to that. And yes, this I don't want to talk about the things that we're going to do after. Let's not do this one. But it's a movement. So we are going across the world.
Amen.
I've said this, we're going across the world with this. You know, but we want to do this first because when people see this and they see that it is possible. And they are, again, like we said, I always remind people, most people have said this, when we started doing Withchude in 2020, there was not, if you look at all the popular interview podcasts that happened in the country, they all came after Withchude. So people looked at us and thought we could do this. So we want them to see that another thing is possible. But the same way that a Burna Boy and a Whiskey can pull crowds, and those are great, people can also come out for their minds, their hearts, and their spirits. You know, it's a safe space, like Jennifer said. So we want to do that across the world. But this one, like Jennifer was saying to me that if Withchude Live doesn't kill her, she will not die again. The amount of work that it has taken to do this, I haven't done interviews in like 6 years. I'm doing that because this is so important. So I want to just do this one, let people see what is possible, and then we'll announce the rest of it. But it's a movement that we're kicking across Africa. When I meet people, I want to connect with them. I want to hear their stories. When I meet people, I want to find out if they are happy, you know, and what makes you happy. When I'm in a room and people are talking, I'm looking at the person who is not talking, and I'm like, ask that person a question. You need to do that. And so that is a gift that God has given me, the gift of genuinely being interested in people's lives. And I'm privileged and lucky that I can make it into a career. So that's it.
I just wanted to say something about the lineup. So it's important to know there's so many creatives, so many important people across Nigeria that are telling their stories. But I don't know if Chude or Alaja will beat me up for this one, but at a point we literally almost started cutting people off the list.
Yeah.
So this is intentional. I didn't just go and beg somebody to come make the show for sweet, make people plenty. We wanted people that were going to take this seriously, people that would understand the assignment, and people that were willing to be vulnerable enough. I mean, you guys, they all have their social media pages. So why would they come tell us, yes? So if I didn't think you were going to do the job, I'm calling it a job, using that term loosely, you weren't going to be on this. Chude has built an entire brand across being authentic and across connecting with people deeply. So this wasn't going to be a charade of just, oh, Jennifer won't come, put on. Funke won't come, put on. No. Yeah. This was going to be business. It was going to be real. It was going to be raw. And it was going to be authentic at the purest form. So when you see the lineup, when you see them on the road, greet them and thank them for agreeing and for telling us that they would be vulnerable enough, authentic enough, transparent enough, real enough, and all that good stuff. That's why we selected the people you see behind us. Thank you.
It's a theme.
Yeah. And then I mentioned, since you're going to have a so, you know, because the person's life story is obviously not exhaustive, if people do have questions on aspects of their life, is there the opportunity to ask? And then as a third, would people get to also hear your story? I mean, on the other side of the interview table, would you be willing to share yourself with the audience?
It's one beautiful day for your mind, heart, and spirit. Yeah, so it's meant. So if you notice the flyer, it's one beautiful day for your mind, your heart, and your spirit. And the question we put in some of our adverts is, how do you survive the toughest, darkest days of your life? You know, and that's part of what you're going to share joy. So it's not just all sadness.
Sadness, yes.
The key for many of the people is, how did they get here? You know, there's something me and Pastor Jerry talked about. I can't talk about until we're on stage, but I'm like, this is the reason you are on the screens every morning. You know, and I was talking to Funke, we gave a sliver, and she was talking about, you know, how tough losing her mom truly was. You know, and how that. So, you know, so how did they survive those toughest, darkest days of their lives? And how do we have one beautiful day for our so by mind, I mean our mental health. By our hearts, I mean our emotional health. And our spirits, I mean our spiritual health. You know, so that's the major theme for the day's events. That's something we don't often talk about in Nigeria. You know, yesterday I was at an event for the Lagos State government. I was hosting a panel. And I had, you know, some guests, some business people, my friend Owen of Transco and all of that. And they were still talking about emotional things.
In the middle.
In the middle. And I told them, this is what we are doing on the 27th of April. You know, whether it's business, whether it's fashion, there is always an emotional depth that we often don't hear. So that's the theme of the event. The second was, thank you so much. Yes, we are. I've not talked a lot about that because I don't want some people to say, oh, I'm going to ask. No, but we're going to curate the questions properly. We're going to find out that you are okay for your because I want to protect my guests.
Yes.
I need to protect my guests. They are doing a service. You know, they are gaining nothing from it. You know, so. But yes, there will be questions. That's one of the things that makes this truly special. Not rehearsed questions. We're not asking people to send questions beforehand. They're going to give us the questions on the day. So we're not. So it's going to be raw. Look, it's going to be raw. It's going to be authentic. It has to be authentic. You know. So we're going to be allowing questions on that day, but we're going to do it in a way that protects my guests who are doing this, who are honoring me with their time. And the final was always to hear my story. Interestingly enough, yes.
Okay, so one of the best things about this podcast is the ability to evoke emotions, the vulnerability. And you said that there are times where you have these interviews and sometimes they say things and they're like, I'm not ready, or please can you remove this part of this interview. But this time it is live, and so there's no space to do that. You say what you want to say and everybody has heard it. There's no taking it back. So how have you kind of prepared them mentally to, you know, be as vulnerable as they can be? Because yes, they might be celebrities, but that day we're seeing them as normal human beings, just like us, because we've all gone through things in our lives too. So how have you kind of prepared them to just say, okay, you know what, this is not Funke Akindele the actress, this is Funke Akindele as a person.
My guests know that I will protect them. You know, so I am there. They don't just come to share their stories. I am there with the microphone to protect my guests. You know, and I'm protecting them because, like I've been saying, they are doing a service, and I want to honor their service. And the bulk of the people, we have thousands of people who subscribe from our content on our website. The person who pays $9 to watch a TV interview takes their mind and their heart very seriously. We want to honor the audience as well, you know. So everything is curated to ensure that everybody is protected. It's like Jennifer said, it's a safe space. So we are ready to ensure that it is a safe space until the end.
Why is he always doing celebrities?
Right.
So I'm wondering, would there ever be any time that you just maybe put out something and maybe random people who have stories to tell that other people can relate to? Would you ever do an interview like that?
Yes. So you see, I like this question because my pet peeve. People say you only interview celebrities. No, they only watch celebrities. From the beginning of my show, it has been important to me to interview everyday people. I've done a Workers' Day special with the gates man and the security man and etc. In fact, till today, look, one of the problems my team has with me is that, so for instance, people don't know this, you know, we should be doing master classes on this. We have currently enough interviews to the end of the year.
And more.
And more. So we've scheduled, we're not even shooting anymore because we have interviews at the end of the year. So we're not even hustling. So sometimes something will happen, people think that, oh, we put it because the thing was trending. No, we scheduled it since like January. So sometimes my guests will say, oh, let's put this episode. I'm like, no, there's that one will trend. We try to put one non-celebrity interview up every month, at least one. And this is a weekly show. So, but people, those are the ones that go viral. So those are me. I always say that there's a thing we do for the public and there's a thing we do for ourselves. I have a mission and a calling for the work that I do. So even if I know that episode is not going to trend, I do it because that's the work I was made to do. Now, when you meet our fans, the ones that subscribe, sometimes the interviews they talk about are not those big interviews. It is, this young woman who was on your show, this young man, and that gives me joy.
Hello ma, how you doing?
I do, thank you.
So if you walk us through the process, how the journey don't be so far with Today podcast?
I no go lie you, the thing hard because they easy to gather people, they easy to manage people, but we thank God because through the way they do the work, him believe in the work. So all of us where they work with him, we believe the work. And this Withchudeliveevent event where they happen, so I feel say people never even really understand the level of what we want to do. Say sometimes you go talk. Now when they don't see them, they go call no say it makes sense. So no be small work, but we thank God and we they push them, they go.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I did very okay. Now please with the talks. okay. So what inspired this your podcast?
The podcast is I say get experience for my life. 2016, something happened for my life. I did look for answer. I go YouTube, type the problem. I can't see answer. Something where Oprah they tell quitting guest. So I can't say everybody know Oprah and the big TV presenter with the America. I can't say I want to do show like this. Where person like me later go on the YouTube, search for problem for your life, see answer for my show. Now waiting lead to the show with that.
We're talking about Withchudelive, where they happen on the 27th of April 2025. Waiting people out there supposed to expect from this very concert.
Right. Well, the Nigerians like gist. So gist go do the show. But not just your gist, not a look for gist. Gist will go change your life. These people go to share experiences for their own life, things where they don't go through, things where they don't survive, things where they don't conquer. Nobody say they're going to give you speech, no be motivation. No. Then go tell the story, then go tell you how it happened, how they tackle the problem, how they solve the problem, what then they go through now where they never solve. Anybody will not see my show, not see the truth, they that show, they cap, they lie. So live audience, you go see all these big celebrities, Funke Akindele, Pastor Jerry, Ebuka, Chimamanda, they go to share their life story live, they answer question live. It will be life changing. Thank you guys for coming here, and I want to say that this event, and I'm not BSing, is for us. What I mean by that is when people see, it's what Fela did for, and I'm not comparing myself to Fela, so I don't know how I started saying it with that, but generations were inspired because one person had the courage to trust in his music. And because of that, every other person can see how far he could take it. I feel that burden for journalism. So when I'm doing my show, I'm a journalist. If you hear me, when I introduce myself as a TV host, as CEO of Red Media, co-founder, whatever, I introduce myself as a journalist. I'm so proud to be a journalist. She knows we went to the same secondary school, Mayflower. And in Mayflower, I was in the press club. I was deputy editor of May Trends. I told them, everyone asked me, what do I want to be? I want to be a journalist. I feel like journalism is the most sacred profession. And so I feel a burden that the bigger I can take this thing, the more space I can create for other journalists, who think to themselves as an interviewer, I can do this on the biggest stage. As an interviewer, I can do my podcast and people are going to watch it in South Africa. As a journalist, I can open my own platform, people are going to pay for it. So for me, the success of this event is the success of journalism in the popular culture, for all of us. Not just journalism. Journalism has already succeeded without me, frankly. In the popular culture as a thing that people can pay their money for. They can respect it, they can treasure it, they can want to be a part of it. So that's part of why I want it to succeed. So I really hope 27th of April is the date, Sunday 27th of April. Red carpet starts at 2, event starts soon after. It's at the Palms. For those who are wondering, this is the magic of Alaja. I'm so excited that in my own lifetime, I can do this event, and I really hope that you help us take the message out to the world. For joining me today at such short notice in the morning. And I've been at press conferences. Some people, you know people are asking questions like Baje and Simi, they send me here. Let me just ask you a question. But the quality of questions you guys have asked means that you've honored me, and I thank you for it, and I wish you fantastic, and I look forward to seeing you on the 27th.
Thank you so much once again. Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, one and only Alaja. And thank you, Withchude.
Okay, hashtag Withchudelive. Come 27 April 2025. I'm loving the theme. The theme, one beautiful day for your mind, heart, and spirit. For those that are lovers of their mental health, those are people that really, really care about their mental health. You want a day for yourself to hear stories, motivational stories, inspirational stories, cute and interesting stories of our favorite celebrities. Why not choose 27 April 25 for that very, very thing? We have all seen everything. I mean, today and his people, they have come together and explained everything to us, how the concerts go take happen. And to be sincere, I feel this is actually going to be one of a kind. Not be something we say just they happen randomly. It's something that they don't plan. They don't already put their mind, their body, their souls, a lot of things, finances self-joined into it. So I'm anticipating and I'm hoping. I know very, very fast. I'm hopeful still, but I know that this one self go make ogbonge sense. Anyways, I remain your girl Favor. We are done from the press conference. We are anticipating the 27th day in the month of April 2025. How this concert go take day, we go see them that day. I sign out at this very moment. Bye guys.